Hey guys, this is Drakkalan bringing you another Calibria Crystal Guardians video. I thought I'd do a quick summon session just to see what we can get. Right now I've got 5 LnD scrolls. I just finished the second or third growth pack. At the same time I've got 88 of the, 54 of the Mystic Summons. So without further ado, let's see what we can potentially get. I'd really like to get a LnD Nat 5, but I've had pretty bad luck in these games, so not going to hold my breath. So Voodoo Walker, he's good for fusion for Necromancer. Really didn't need him. I could have used him 2 days ago when I fused my Necromancer for the first time. But I'll probably keep him so I can make a second one, so I can sanctify my Necromancer. Cupid. Pirate Captain. Another Voodoo Walker. Definitely didn't need that. I know there's not a lot of LnDs, but I can't believe I'm getting duplicates on the first 5 scrolls that I summon. Mermaid. So that was a little bit of a bust. Nothing at all amazing or good. I would have at least liked to have seen a 4-star come up. So let's do the rest of these. And I went ahead and made a bunch of space, so hopefully we don't have to stop in the middle of this. I'm not really sure exactly which Nat 5s I want. I don't have a Lich or a Medusa yet, so that'd probably be pretty nice. I haven't gotten a Druid yet either, and everybody keeps building him for a bunch of different types of dungeons. I mean, even if I got a duplicate Nat 5, I wouldn't complain about that. I'd be able to use it to sanctify my Celine or Popo or something. Make them a little bit stronger. Looks like we still have a little bit of server lag going on, but servers today have definitely been a lot better than recently. Hydra, I've got one of them built up to max level 4-star, so can't complain about getting more fodder for that. I think my mummy's almost maxed out. The harpy's pretty close. The windwalker, I've almost got maxed out because you can get that from farming scenario. Sweet. The flame spirit, I needed a second one of those so I can sanctify mine. Haven't built her out yet. That's basically the ignore defense monster that everybody's going to be trying to use for arena. Yeah, see all these other streamers do their summons and they seem to pop the gold every other summon almost. And here I am doing 5 LnDs and almost 60 mysticals and still can't get anything to pop. But that's pretty much what I tell everybody. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. And most of these 3-star units I'll just end up saving for skill ups. I'm going to try to build everything up eventually over time. I'm kind of a completionist. And you never know what's going to be good down the road or what kind of teams people may come up with for other content that'll come out down later on. I know a lot of people built the monk. I haven't built him, but I have a lot of them in storage. More lag. Starting Guardian Knight. I think I've almost got him maxed out at 4-star also on skill ups too. Yeah, we're like 30 scrolls in and haven't gotten a single Nat 5. A little bit unusual for this game. Oh, that's a new unit for me. I haven't gotten one of her yet. Just a 4-star. Really wouldn't complain about getting a druid, just so I can have that speed lead. Hey, another new Nat 5. Succubus. I know a lot of people have said she's pretty good. We'll take a look at her skills in a second once we get on some of these last 34 scrolls. And I do everything summon one at a time. I did not have any luck with summoning times 10, and some other streamers have said the same thing. Summoning times 10 just doesn't seem to work as well. And if you've been summoning for your fodder with the 1 to 4 star scrolls, you'll notice anytime you get a 2 star, it is very, very rare that you get more than one. Everything that comes under them is going to be a 1 star. At the same time, if you summon a 3 star, you may get 2 or 3 2 stars. Or if you summon a 4 star, you might get 1 3 star and 2 or 3 2 stars. So it definitely seems to cater better if you just do a single summon at a time. But I'm not going to do that for the fodder scrolls. It would just take too long. I also recommend that you refresh your shop every time it pops up for free, which is about every hour. And then buy every monster in there or summon scroll that you can. Because what you'll find is as you go further and further into the game, you start to get less and less fodder. Promise you guys, it's not my internet connection and it's not my phone that's lagging. Phantom Wolf, you can summon him from scenario farming. I've got a ton of him sitting there, unless I fed them all, I can't remember. More clerics, you can also get her from the first tier of scenario. Yeah, we don't seem to be having much luck at all. We've gotten what, 1 Nat 4 and 1 5 star. Windwalker comes from the Black Pools farming zone. Pretty good for dungeons and other scenarios. Finally got some more gold. Paladin, I've already got one of him up to 40. He's not evolved or anything, but some people like him, some people don't. I'm gonna hang on to him anyway. And the Paladin, if anybody hasn't pulled one yet, he just kind of does a heal over time, or not heal over time. Every time he hits and crits, he's got a passive that heals. He's also got a cleanse, and then he's got a heal/energy boost, depending on which skills you choose. But most people would just put him on high crit rate, high HP, so he can heal the team. Fire Beetle, he is I think he's a fusion monster, but he's also a horde monster you can find in the Chaos Dungeon. Another Guardian Knight. Yeah, 16 more scrolls, and definitely don't seem to be having as much luck as I see some other streamers have. Another Pharaoh. We'll take a look at everything I get at the end, I guess. Kind of curious about what the rates are. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like 1% for Nat 5s, and I don't know what, 10% or something for Nat 4s. Getting a bunch of those beetles. I would definitely say to any LnDs you get, keep them, build them up once you have the time. So never got one, and now I got two. Because those LnDs will help you with your guild dungeon battles. They always get damage bonuses and boosts. So don't put a focus on it. Just down the road, it'll be worth it when you're trying to max out those dungeons. 7 more to go. I'd like to at least see another net 5. That'd be cool. Trying to be a little greedy. Harpy, I know I need a few more of those skill ups. I've only built her up to 4-star as well. Mummy, pretty sure I've got way too many of those already in storage. That's basically your budget Popo. Does dots and poison over time. Two more to go. I would definitely like to at least see another gold. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen though. Can't say we didn't try. Make sure we don't have anything else. I don't have any legendary chips. That is it. Let's take a look at what we got. So we got the succubus. I know a lot of people have been talking about getting her. So we've got 80% chance to sleep on turn 1. What leader skill does she have? 55% resistance. In case you guys didn't know, and they've added it to the Eunice classroom, the crit rate maxes out at 100%, resistance maxes out at 100%, hit percent maxes out at 100%. The only thing, to my knowledge, that can go over 100% is is definitely crit damage, and I'm guessing attack can probably go over 100%. But I know those basic hit resistance, they definitely stop at 100%. Same with crit rate. So you don't need to go over that. So always keep in mind what your leader skills are, especially if you've got one like this. It's 55% if you decide to use it. AoE defense break for 3 turns, and you increase allies' attack for 3 turns. That's pretty nice. And immunity to self. That is a very nice skill. Cooldown goes down to 4. Let's see. You can attack without waking sleeping enemies, so we can definitely see that could be very beneficial for arena. So that first skill is good for arena and for PvE content. Second skill, maybe we'll need it in one of the spires or dungeons or dreamlands down the road. See, it goes 75, 80. Yeah, it goes up to 100% chance. Upon dying, 70% chance to erase all allies' negative effects and restore all their HP and energy. Now, see, that could actually be pretty good because I get a feeling they're going to put some pretty difficult content in down the road. And we've got so many units that can revive. You could play around a healer that has revive and this to basically keep everybody up and running. Each attack deals 100% of attack and damage, 75% chance to sleep enemies. So yeah, she's got 2 skills that work very well with that passive peaceful sleep. So if I was going to build her for PvP, I would probably go with these sleep skills and then pair her up with 2 other people that sleep. And then you can basically make one of the 3 people extremely fast with the sleeps, and then build her as a heavy hitting DPS. And she'll be able to kill the target without waking them up. It gives you a lot of CC and control over the enemy. So like I said, we got Paladin. He's got energy boost, heals. Flame Spirit, she's got attacks that ignore defense, AoE, so it's a good cleave team. Wisp, I haven't really looked at her at all since I didn't have her. Bleed on skill 1, that's pretty good. 85% chance to sleep the target for 1 turn on skill 2, which kind of seems counterproductive if you have sleep on skill 1, right? Because that, well, I guess it's only sleep for 1 turn, so you're just stunning / freezing them. That's not bad. AoE heal and haste. Or you can do a AoE shield and defense buff. Mm. Now that seems pretty nice. Even with that 1500% limit, that would still deal quite a bit of damage to a target. Okay, 80% chance to dispel all buffs from enemies and slow them. And that goes up to 100%. So she could be if you were to build her fast with that skill 3, you could put her on a PvP team or a Guild War team, send her in, make her go first so she can knock off everybody's immunity. Maybe run her with the Flame Spirit, let her go last, and put a Una or somebody else in between to buff the attack and defense of both of them and give them an energy increase. Like I said, Pharaoh, I've already had a couple of him, nothing fancy. Cupid, it's an interesting character design, but I don't think anybody's been too interested in these guys. So we'll go ahead and toss a bunch of this in the storage because I don't have any desire to build them right now. And like I said, I'm going to hang on to those Voodoo Walker. Some people are building Voodoo Walker, and at the same time, I want to have a second Necromancer down the road for the Sanctify. So if anybody's curious, my current Nat 5s are Spider Queen, Popo, Celine, Necromancer. I got the Shaman and the Archmage. So I can't really complain about not getting a bunch of pulls. I've also got enough fodder right now built to do my next 6-star, which I'm going to make my Shaman my next 6-star. I've already 6-starred the Shaman, 6-starred Popo, and I've 6-starred Celine. Now that I'm going to pull all of them out. So I'm going to store a bunch of these 3-stars I pulled. Like I said, I plan to build everything down the road. So I'm prepared for all content that they may release in the future. But if you guys are just trying to level as fast as possible, don't worry too much about feeding these 3-stars. But if you're going to feed 3-stars, I would definitely just try to focus on feeding the ones you can farm in scenario. Pull all these cats back out so I can finish using them. Yeah, I haven't figured out what the storage max is out yet, but I'm up to 300. Probably more than I need if I were to be a little bit more efficient with my farming. Yeah, tons of monks sitting in there, hydras. I think I had a bunch of goblin engineers sitting too because a couple of streamers talk about how good he's going to be. But that's it for now. I just wanted to put my summons out there, let you guys see what I got, see if your luck's any better than mine. If you think there's something specifically I should pull for, let me know. If you know of any teams I can build that are amazing, just put it in the comments below. I'd definitely like to build them for you guys and test them out. And hope you guys all have more luck this weekend than I did.